our species.
Tribios's memory has unveiled all shall bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle. Such is the will of fate. If I take on Orynyx's trial, regardless, I must give Aglaia.
It's you, Cass. I finished the anthology of poems you lent me.
I thought you'd be too preoccupied to find time for...
Precisely because of these obligations. I felt...
Wouldn't all these preoccupations...
On the contrary.
No, I understand completely. During my time at the Grove...
Precisely. As I remember, you... The history of mythology, taught by the blasphemous great performer himself.
Now that I think about it, students would often rush to the podium during class to challenge him on those blasphemous ideas. May I ask, Lady Aglaia?
He openly dismisses people's faith and questions the very justification of the Flame Chase journey. Our positions have been destined to be at odds. While you were studying there, I assume you must have heard of his nickname.
Dromus draped in finery?
As I see it, this nickname is more of an insult to the Dromas. Despite his insufferable... Anaxagoras' life is...
The gods have chosen...
He was indeed chosen by Circes. Is something weighing on you, Cass? The golden thread is quivering. I sense there's more to this exchange.
With all due respect...
In light of his assistance in the battle against the Flame Reaver, I am willing to grant him some time to find a way to remove the core flame. However, if Anaxa decides to make any move that places us in danger, I will not have...
Just as I feared.
The Flame Chase journey is the destined path for the Chrysos heirs. Yet he now seems more like an empty shell. Given his strong sense of self-respect, I trust that Anaxagoras will make the right decision.
Still, I can't help but hope for another possibility. Perhaps Anaxa will also overcome his limitations, now that he knows...
I understand your stance. But now, let's greet up. You're here. Does this mean you're ready to take... It's... Surrendering the core flame is a Chrysos heir's duty. However, I urge you to carefully consider the risks of accepting the trial. Becoming a demigod means forsaking your humanity. You will inherit Orynyx's from that point onward. Your fate will be forever intertwined with ours, never to be separated. On the contrary, you are the only one who qualifies to attain divinity. It's exceedingly rare to find There are still many priests of Yanisopolis and their descendants in the city. If I'm left with... It looks like you know that Titan rather well.
Before leaving, I should go and see...
Mister, previously, I lent, although personal properties should be cleared out. It just contains an
I don't think there's anything else to do here. Time to go back and talk to Don Han.
I'd love to go in.
Citizens Assembly?
That's right.
Let's just hope that everything goes well. After all, as someone who has earned the gaze of an Eon, you should be able to overcome the trial of a regional god just fine. We've also unknowingly gotten used to sleeping with the midday sun shining brightly above our heads. Get some rest. Perhaps a new phase of our trailblazing expedition in Amphorius is about to begin.
Esteemed one, Orynyx's vacant totem awaits. If you have already made your preparations to become a pillar of Amphorius,
Little Gray and Mem, your resolves can get ready to assume Orynyx. The divine position of Orynyx has already been vacant for some time. We can feel the space of the trial closing. As there isn't much of their soul left, we'll have to complete the ceremony before their soul completely dissipates. The eighth core flame coveted by the miracle that once belonged to the great veil of Evernight, Orynyx. It shall now be returned by the two elected heroes of the Chrysos heirs. A traveler who is up mem. Both of you, please. Recite along with us.
O Majesty of the 12 Titans, pillars of the world, we seek your divinity to mend the rifts of the world. Fill our bodies with blood of gold. I don't think I have gold blood.
These are just words meant to make the prayer seem more solemn. Please. And surrender. Orynyx.
Perhaps they're also quietly waiting for the arrival of their successor. The last time I heard this, things didn't turn out that well.
Don't worry, Aglaya. He's tougher than I am, right?
Traveler from beyond the sky. Let us pray that the Titan...
Although he loves cracking jokes at inopportune times, his determination is as strong as the Chrysos heirs. He will While he's away, I would like to have a chat with you, Aglaya.
Speak.
Slap, slap! Wake up! How is it? How do you feel? Right? I think that it's amazing too! Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. I have such a cute voice! It must be because of all the memories that I collected. They allow... Also, listen. The words of the Titan are becoming clearer.
Mother, it hurts. Have I finally reached the end? Are the years of ice?
Orynyx. Oh, how heartbreaking. Ever since the figure draped in the black cloak robbed them of their core flame, they have been... We are going to help alleviate their pain.
Memories. Broken. Mother. Where?
Mother? Who are they calling out for?
You. It's you. Skyfather has gazed upon you, Mother. Is calling for you. Sky. Mother is... something important.
Orynyx, listen to me. Aren't you tired? Throughout the long years, you have always been protecting the fate of Amphorius. Each time people draw strength from within their memories, every single ripple falls onto your shoulders. There's no need for you to bear this any longer, Orynyx. From today onwards, someone else will bear time on your behalf. This is why we have come.
Freedom. Freedom. I want freedom.
Oh, poor child. Everything will be fine. Let us help you. You can have a good
You have potential, willpower, powerful, and but just
Lacking something.
is a future.
Future?
Traveler from the sky, you should have dissipated already. The gaze from the Sky Father stabilized your form. Because from the moment you crossed the sky, your life was cast away. Right now, you are simply a collection of walking memories.
What? How is that possible?
In space, someone must. And if the pillar is lost, the loss of time will collide glorious, will succumb to eternal discord. Time never forgives, never makes a choice. Child of humanity, Titans, Mother, Sky Father. Time restrains everything that exists in this world.
Orynyx's divinity is dissipating? Is
Strider of remembrance, my strength, I shall entrust to you the fate of the world. If you wish to, save it, go and find your future that has been stolen. Even if that means you'll have to change death. You'll have to challenge that. Hand of shadow, clasped with unmuting fingers.
You're finally awake. I'll keep it simple. You succeeded. Orynyx has entrusted you with their divinity. Mem has told me about what happened during the trial. They're still explaining things to the others and told me to bring you back to... There's something that when we landed on Emphorius, our car was pierced by Nicodor's lance. Do you remember? Back in the ruins of the Abyss, this is what I said. You passed out when our car got hit. I blacked out too, but not before dragging you out. It's a good thing we were in the car, or we would have been crushed to pieces. Actually, my account kind of made light of the situation. What actually happened was much more complicated. You were severely injured back then, with several wounds still bleeding profusely. I struggled to carry you out and used the last of my strength to stem the bleeding. But then, I was also hit by a falling rock and lost consciousness. The last time I checked, you still weren't breathing. But when I regained consciousness, I saw that you were alive and full of energy. I'm not sure whether the gaze of Fuli has anything to do with this matter. But according to the Titan, you are living in the form of a memory right now. Just like those objects of the past and the miracles of Orynyx. Perhaps Mem is the anchor rope that ties you to the present. I had assumed they couldn't stray too far from you, but the truth might be the exact opposite. For a while, I also thought that the Stellaron was your life support system. But it seems like it's not time for us to despair yet. There must be a way to save you. Orynyx mentioned finding your stolen future. The key seems to lie with the hand.
Hey, I heard you two. She has left the vortex and returned to the garden. Shall we go and look for her? Thanatos is the Titan that Cass has always been looking for, regardless of whether there are any...
Let's do that then.
Oh, right. There's something that I have to tell you. The Chrysosaurs already know everything that has happened to you. I was too worried, so I told them everything. Please don't hate me, okay?
Mister, I'm right here. Please stay there and slowly turn around. Please. Just as I expected. I cannot feel any. Back at the Grove, I was puzzled as to why you were not affected by my curse. I thought that it might have been the special ability of a traveler from beyond the sky. Never did I expect that this would be the true reason. I'm sorry. I should have noticed that something was amiss earlier. Mister, if my abrupt behavior just now offended you, I hope that you can forgive me. I'm just thinking, if your soul has really left your body, as a mortician...
Cass! Did you find anything?
My apologies. Not as of yet. Perhaps, but... Mister, would you be willing to let me try again? This time, I'll increase the area of contact slightly. I have... I seem to have caught a glimpse of something. But perhaps it might not be a bad thing. If your soul is still wandering around, it means that we still have time. Clues. Just a few... The connection has been severed. With my strength. It was me. I was a little too hasty. Don't worry, mister. Although I know that I'm lacking in confidence, but I hope that you can keep this promise of mine in mind. Amphorius needs you. Lady Aglaia, and also, please accept this Styxian fable.
They're here.
That partner! Hyacinth.
I beg you,
You've completed the trial of time. And I have to admit that the process went better than I expected. Even in the end, that Titan's heart still showed a soft spot for humankind. However, I never expected that. Two people who have cheated death would appear in Akima at the same time.
That's what we have been talking about. Mighty has been in Akima for such a long time, but has no one thought to study his indestructible body? If there were even any minor breakthroughs, we wouldn't be as clueless as we are right now.
Many have had this idea, but so far there have been no results. If it were successful, Thanatos wouldn't have disappeared. Nevertheless, now is not the cipher. If anyone in this world, I'll try and get her to return to Akima, but do be prepared for a less than ideal outcome. Please understand that throughout the history of Amphorius, no one has ever managed to escape the clutches of death. At the end of time, Thanatos silently awaits all. It is my duty. We too require... But before that,
What's wrong, Aglaya?
omens always come. It's Anaxagoras. He has initiated contact.
In the end, it has still come down to...
I earnestly hope that your assessment of him is accurate, Finan. Otherwise, the efforts of my teacher and I of the past millennium might be reduced to dust because of that great performer.
I'm back here again. I remember this dream. This realm is covered in a silk-like fog, and the land is barren and harsh. The crowd of travelers leaves tracks everywhere.
Hey! Excuse me! What is this place? Where in Amphorius are we?
The mutters of the traveler are in a language I'm unable to comprehend.
Tell me, which Titan reigns over?
Hand of Shadow.
Hand of Shadow then. Could this possibly be the Netherrealm?
Not
Then where is this? River of Souls? The outskirts of the Netherrealm?
the Netherrealm. Nothing Titan rejects you. Me. Listen.
What? The traveler lifts their wrinkled fingers and remains. I look in the direction they are pointing and listen closely. There. A massive shadow brought the sound of rushing tides. The sound of tides. I can hear it. I hear it. Deep within the tides. Beyond the closed gates of the void world. A voice. About to recount something.
Child of humanity, is it death's embrace you yearn for with such... Oh, you have awoken. Welcome back to the mortal realm. Your consciousness is dissipating much faster than I expected. Ultimately, it seems like the Titan's core flame is incompatible with a mortal body.
How much longer can my consciousness remain in the mortal realm?
In my estimation, at best, you'll see 15 more entry hours.
15 days and...
What is it? Are you finally starting to become attached to the mortal world?
On the contrary, 15 days feels a little too long for solving a singular problem. Stop giggling. It's time for us to go. The messenger from the count...
Let me ask you one more question. Are you
What betrayal is there to speak of when I was never loyal to her?
What about that white-haired student of yours? acting so recklessly.
There will be a price to pay for blind faith. This is also a lesson for Finan.
You truly are a strict teacher.
Of course. This is how I've always been.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Lord Enix. It's been a while, Lord Enixagoras. I greet you on behalf of all the citizens of Akima and express my deepest regret about what happened at the Grove of Epiphany.
It's you. I never expected that you would personally come and meet me.
By carefully into Lantern above, I have come as a testament.
There are Antikytherans here? They have been a rare sight ever since the Chrysos War.
I extend to you my utmost respect, revered Titan. I am Lycurgus, though you may call me Lygus, holding an honorary position within the Council of Elders in Akima, and as...
You can see them too?
You know about us. We Antikytherans perceive the world through the amplitude and frequency of souls. Just as I am conscious that Lady Aglaya is secretly listening in on our private meeting from afar. If necessary, Lord Enixagoras, I can sever the golden...
The demigod should know better, for such is her station. Spare those poor threats, and just let her listen to my words. They shall serve only to unveil her own folly.
May I interpret this as you...
I need not any plan, because she can do nothing other than petty espionage. As the Citizens' Assembly approaches, and with Orynyx's fall, any attempt to capture the core flame within me will only usher chaos and calamity. A truth, while I, Anaxagoras, serving as the Grove's special envoy to Akima's Citizens' Assembly, have long known the extent of your abilities. Let's forego the formality of asserting authority, Lord Lygus. Lead the way.
Very well. Surely Lady Kindness would appreciate such... She's been waiting. For... Is there something on your mind, Lord Anaxagoras?
Nothing, really. It's just a question that I contemplate every time before I ascend to Dawncloud. For the Titans, does the falling equate to death?
Ah, a pondering.
While all living beings must ultimately face their demise, Kefali has yet to meet theirs. Their journey continues unhurriedly along this long path.
Are you suggesting that Kefali may not have truly passed?
Yes. For dying implies an ongoing process, an action, whereas death signifies a static state, a definitive termination. In contrast to mortals, Titans exist on a grander scale of space and time, thus elongating their passage into death. The notion of their fall is but a misinterpretation born of mortal ignorance.
Ah, an intriguing concept, albeit challenging to substantiate. After all, Kefali has maintained a profound silence ever since the era Arasa, while scholars and priests alike have conveyed the message of the gods' imminent fall.
Perhaps the gods in their arrogance...
Could you...
Circes, the kin of the Sky Father as recounted in myths, now resides within my...
Oh.
That very well could be true, but what?
In that case, the myths crafted by the people of Amphorius are nothing more than pitiful jests.
It's worth a try. I believe, and I'd love to witness the fruits of your theory and the change it may bring to this. Because I completely concur with you on this aspect. If the... Please, Professor.
The children of humanity have indeed created a spectacle.
Welcome to Dawncloud. The atmosphere here carries a greater sense of solemnity than among only esteemed beings grace this place. And among them, I've received priests, scholars, warriors, and now we even have the honor.
Once deemed a blasphemer, now a surrogate for revered divinity. The honor should rightfully be mine.
I'll notify Kindness and the others of your arrival. In the meanwhile, you're welcome.
I'm well aware of Kindness's methods. There's no need to emphasize.
As you wish.
Alas, I had hoped for a brilliant plan from you, but it turns out you just left one cage to enter another.
Save your concerns. I know very...
I shall depart to explore the surrounding. Now that I look around, I wonder if there are any murals bearing my portrait around here.
Off you go. This Titan appears to be quite at ease. I should investigate the count.
Be aware, I can hear you perfectly well.
Even blasphemous scholars can...
Professor Anaxa?
I've had enough of this. Could the 15th entry hour arrive any faster?
Oh! Every plant, every tendril, no, even every leaf could be the embodiment of Circe's.
As a result, mere mortals who did not know what the Titan actually looked like chose to paint them as a giant tree instead. Their wisdom...
This mural is quite...
I really can't tell whether you are praising or demeaning yourself. Now I'm quite curious whether the Reason Titan has studied figures of speech before.
Of course I find such stylistic devices interesting. For all we know, this could be the answer to the question, what exactly are we?
I, for one, am not willing to admit that I could look this ugly.
Was this the reason why you failed in your attempt to refine my soul when you were ambushed at the Grove?
Since you are aware of this, why did you save me back then?
From my perspective, this point alone was enough to separate you from the average person.
How do two lunatics coexist in the same...
Therefore, it seems that your journey to Dawncloud this time is not just to seek protection. What, then, is the intention behind...
The entire plan is stored in my memory. So why don't you...
1 year old? 2 years old? Oh my! Even a member of the preeminent 7 sages must hug his droma stall to sleep?
That's enough.
How unusual. Your soul is actually trembling. This must mean that behind this toy hides a secret that nobody knows.
Since our days, this is a present that my sister gave to me. It's a doll that was made to look like our family pet.
So there are other members in your family, eh?
Don't you just love to pick through my brain? Go on, continue flipping through my memories. It won't take long. You'll discover the answer when you reach the memories of when I was 5.
Oh, the black tide is everywhere.
When I was young, I couldn't accept this outcome either. Georios, Aquila, Kefali, and you, of course. Although I prayed to every Titan that I could think of for help.
This...
Indeed it was. Everything started from that verdant courtyard of yours.
Oh, I remember that person. He was the one to come up with the concept of souls, right?
Not only that, he also believed that life, as well as the composition, movement, and transformation of matter, all stem from souls themselves. This is why I thought that, since all living things stemmed from the same origin, Why could I not sacrifice myself in order to resurrect my nearest and dearest?
Anaxa, you...
I did it, teacher!
But this is absolute blasphemy. Regardless of how much freedom the Grove provides, such an act could cause you to be burned at the pyre. Your beloved, where is she now? Send her away from the Grove at once, to a place where nobody will ever be able to find her. Otherwise, the both of us will be judged by the Council of the Seven.
Calm down, teacher. She's still not in the mortal realm, even to this day. It was naive of me to think that I could snatch the deceased from Thanatos' grip by merely sacrificing one eye. Equivalent exchange. All I received for that price was but an opportunity to see her for one final time.
Let it go, Anaxa. As one of my best students, I'd never do something taboo ever again. Don't disappoint the deceased, and never harm yourself.
Since I was able to see her one last time, I have no other desires. You're right, teacher. It's time for...
I am sincerely glad for you, child.
I wish to continue Thalesis' research.
Continue the research into souls, but you know that the Grove has long since understood his philosophy like the back of their hands. Even if you continue digging into this subject.
No, teacher. After my fleeting glimpse of the deathly fog, I finally understood a single truth. Since ancient days, our understanding of the souls is but the... I may have lost an eye, but my view of the world has been... I have grasped the truth with my bare hands. Watch as I...
Who would have thought such a secret lay concealed beneath that hefty eye patch of yours? However, this story doesn't seem to be connected to your plan. In fact, I'd say...
The answer lies within the tale. If even you cannot understand it, perhaps you should relinquish the divinity of reason to me. After all, my story ends here. Now it's time for you to tell me.
Unfortunately, even if I was willing to talk about...
Oh? Are you saying that the renowned reason type...
Child of humanity, remember this. Being cognizant of one's ignorance is the greatest wisdom.
Now I understand. No wonder you asked me to answer your random, nonsensical questions.
Not only that, you're the only one who can shed light on my query.
Lord Anaxa. I saw you muttering to yourself and was wondering whether you were caught in a delirium of reflective thought. I have a message from Lord Lygus. Lady Kindness has met up with the Council of Elders and is awaiting your arrival.
Carefully. The one who created the world, and the one who bears the world. If you truly have not met your end, how will you answer the challenges of those who defy you?
I didn't expect you to agree to Lady Kindness's invitation. What a wonderful turn of events. To tell you the truth...
Isn't that the Dromas draped in finery?
Avoid his gaze. I don't acquaint myself with blasphemy.
Empedocles? I hear that his views run counter to the Venerationists.
This is what being a scholar is about. A collision of ideas only occurs when there are differences in beliefs. And it is such collisions that lead to progress.
Yet, in my view, there are only right and wrong perspectives, neither of which can coexist with the other.
Welcome to the Demigod Council.
Lord Anaxagoras, oh, I've heard so much about you. Head of the Newsporists of the Grove of Epiphany, notorious blasphemer, a Chrysos heir who bears Circe's core flame, a survivor of the Grove calamity. Did I miss anything? Well, if so, please.
Since Lady Kindness is already well acquainted with me, I won't waste any. But then again, perhaps the customs are different here. Back in my hometown, there is a form of etiquette known as honoring guests. The host will welcome their guest with warm hospitality by treating them to fine wine and a cozy bed. And yet, ever since I arrived, I have not been welcomed with warm courtesy or ceremonial gifts. Instead, I am met with intense scrutiny. Even more absurd, the host has sharpened their blade and instructed their servants to lie in wait in the Perhaps you intend to cut open my heart, retrieve the core flame, and then hold a grand feast for all of the guests.
Everyone, stand.
Thank you for understanding. I am but a feeble scholar who is not used to the stench of avarice and blood.
No need to be humble, my lord. From my perspective, your courage and gumption are worthy of the reputation of the Seven Sages. Your bravery is more...
So, you...
Well, since the Chrysos heirs are calling for war, we will respond in kind. Conflict is inevitable. Since Aglaya endeavors to suppress the virtuous commoners with blood of gold, we will not hesitate to display the rights and mettle the citizens of Akama are so entitled to. As to your question of whether peace is still a viable option, well, to that, I can only say this. Everything hinges on the next citizens' assembly and whether they have a sudden epiphany. And since you, as a Chrysos heir, accepted our invitation, you have...
What brazen arrogance. What you're saying right now is worlds apart from what you were saying before you retired your cleaners.
I don't deny it. After all, they're responsible for cleaning up any threats, and just a moment ago, you were on the side of the Chrysos. But now that you're an ally of ours, we can continue talking somewhere else. As you know, these walls have ears. I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to discuss a treatise about the Venerationists with your teacher, Empedocles. Yet, it seems you subscribe to the Newsporists instead, Lord Anaxa. I've heard that this school of thought is one with many detractors.
It's normal for ideas to have supporters.
Welcome back to the hub of the Demigod Council. Surely you remember that countless eloquent orators have stood in this spot before, and in this tiny stage is the most profound embodiment of Akama in centuries. May the both of us carry out our duties with honor and
Oh my, 15 days and nights. That aligns perfectly with the date of your demise.
Using death to prove myself fits my intentions perfectly.
What strong conviction you have.
That's enough, Lady Kindness. Dispense with the niceties. I only accepted your invitation so that I can serve the commoners alongside the members of the Council of Elders.
Well, you say that now, but surely you also require my aid as well, so that you can stay alive even when being pursued by the Golden Thread?
You worry too much. She won't show her hand too freely, as she still needs to garner support from the map.
Even someone like me can tell that only a sliver of her humanity remains. Surely you're not asserting that she will definitely act in a rational manner.
As you're no doubt aware, Aglaya covets the core flame that I possess, which makes it the bargaining chip that allows me and the rest of you to negotiate with her. However, in return, I'll need the Council of Elders to support me as much as possible. Naturally, this includes the guards as well. You're well aware how valuable Cersei's core flame will be in the era Chrysu that you are desperately pursuing. Talk is cheap, so you'd better act prudently as well.
I understand. After all, this battle of wits is just a means for each party to acquire what they need. As long as your request is reasonable, the Council of Elders let us decide how much we can secure for us. Continuing from the earlier, she is the second most experienced Chrysos heir across the whole of Akama, who has gradually lost her humanity to the ravages of time and the ablation of the core flame. Admittedly, there is ample reason for her to take your life. Yet your previous reasoning is quite sound. As a seasoned political animal, it's unclear whether she will actually cross that irreversible boundary. Moreover, she still needs you alive so that the Titan's trial can be completed. Is there anyone present who can swear by the sacred vow of Kefali and guarantee that you weren't in league with that woman before coming here? Are you?
If Aglaya required a suitably intelligent Chrysos heir, then I'm the best fit for her needs. However, it's quite evident that she has no need for a Chrysos heir who could break free of her control at any time. Since I believe in neither Titans nor the prophecy, there's no way that I would willingly walk on the path that she extols. Given how rigorous...
At the very least, the both of us agree that this tyrant who wallows in extravagance and greed is the greatest threat to achieving peace in Akama. The Council of Elders is willing to defend your right to live. However, I regret to say that sentiments in favor of the Chrysos heirs and Aglaya are only growing in magnitude. The peace that we are aspiring toward, as well as every... Tell me, what are you?
Aglaya's a thought.
Unexpected. Oh, a bygone myth tells of an occasion where Kefali once answered their followers' questions on the peak of the Holy Mountain. Their followers have since believed that scaling this Titan cliff is one way of being God.
Hear that? It's not every day that you get to climb a mountain with Cersei's. You should sing me a hymn of praise.
Titan hymns are beyond me.
Go on ahead. Take the...
I have to admit, I never expected you to not ask me.
Because I know very well what it is you are after. I believe...
Make sure you keep it safe.
Honestly, this is my first time going up to Dawn Cloud's peak.
What a splendid...
Well, I don't see... And even though I've come this far...
I must be getting...
Oh? Haven't you been in my head for some time now? It's high time. All right, we're just a short hike away from Kefali.
So the intellectual debate from earlier was too draining for you, huh? If Amphorius gets a new lease on life, you should focus on strengthening your body and stop...
Save your concern.
The Titan is in sight.
Why? Are you... I know how far I can go.
Fine then. I guess I won't say any more. I'll just wait till your soul dissipates completely to gain control.
Wait. Is that... Hey. Look.
Huh?
Do we even get to see souls work?
Oh? Why didn't you bring your favorite spear with you on this trip, Nias?
Nias?
Huh. It's unfortunate the Black Tide destroyed every last inch of my calyx.
How could that be? Even a creation of Georios. From their prized ores and molten fire.
Hey, Xerxes.
Nias? No. Not that I
just saw him. Nias. A wolf.
No. I have no...
Enough about me. Did Kaos ever reply to you?
Well...
Seems like the price of becoming a demigod is a lot heftier than we thought.
Kaos. I've never heard of this person. Which Titan's authority did he...
Look on the bright side, Nias. Since we've come all this way, I doubt he'd snub his old friends, would he?
Let's just hope we mean as much as the world to him.
Hey! Are you seeing that?
Yes. It's still you and Nias, but... You're now talking about a certain...
Kaos? This name sounds just as...
Never mind. I think I know what this is about. If things are as I thought, then they've the souls of...
What? But... if those are the souls of the dead...
Beats me. For all I know, let's just keep going. As long as I take in more sights and hear more stories.
Know your limits. Wander too far among the dead, and even I might not be able to save you.
Fine. If this is indeed as I thought, then this will be very amusing. So...
Of course. If I knew we had to climb a mountain...
I guess this also counts as one aspect of the world-bearing burden. If Amphorius does have a next life, you may want to get your body in shape.
Keep your sarcasm to yourself.
I'm not getting anything of value from them.
I would sooner throw myself off this cliff and hit rock bottom than exercise even a little. I am Calypso of the eminent Seven Sages, after all. Training would make me no different from those Helcalithist barbarians.
Calypso. She's one of the Seven Sages. A member of the Grove? No, she can't be. I would know her name if she really were one of the Seven Sages. Hey, Xerxes. Does the name Calypso ring a bell?
frequencies? They're gone. Doesn't matter. I can do this myself. Looks like I'm near.
Oh, beautiful old world. Where are you now? Oh, legendary era Chrysia. Return to the mortal realm. Splendid gods once walked the paths we walk. Alas, all that's left of that warmth is a hazy mirage.
Why are you chanting that too? We're here. Very well then. Let me... So... I can hear... I hear it from the depths of the tides. This time...
Since we've come this far...
Lord Nias and Miss Calypso, are you both here to visit Chaos too?
Yes, and we've been waiting for quite some time now.
Regrettably, he hasn't answered us. The worst-case scenario is...
And besides, we both know Chaos's nature. A deliverer.
That reminds me. Why are you making...
Oh, my sister needs more time to make sure the...
Such a pity. Both of you have hearts kinder than anyone else.
Everything that I see, what may seem like the conjecture has taken shape.
What are you thinking?
Just amazed at how this towering tree...
Is that so?
merely...
Events of the past, huh? I was also a child when I looked up at Circe's. Their leaves and branches reflected the sparkling stars. And their trunk was like a pillar that supported the sky and ground. I stood at this very spot.
You're a sky priest, yet you study at a
Don't read too much into it.
The night sky feels unusual, now that I've gotten used to the eternal light of Akuma. These are the remains of a black tide monster. What's that underneath it? As I expected, the Grove doesn't forbid discussions about the sky. It's a debate between two scholars about the sky ships. Galaya also made mention of the ships when she interrogated us. A memory I'd rather forget. I'll hold on to this for now. With any luck, this journey won't leave us empty-handed. Huh? That's Hyacinth. Why is she
Really now? This is way more trouble. Or you could sit back and watch.
I can't tell if you're serious or not.
I'm kidding, Danny. Lend me a hand, pretty please. Oh.
We can do it!
Root here.
Gotta stop the bleeding.
Every petal, all will be swept away by the wind.
Deep breath. Mew. Mew.
Trust thing!
As you wish.
Anyway, never mind that for now.
Anaxagoras. He's the scholar.
This is new. I didn't know Professor Anaxa was...
Finance said Anaxa might be opposed to the...
might is an understatement. Anaxa has never been one to venerate the gods, nor has he ever found it within himself to put any faith in the prophets. Yet, it is also this very blasphemer that...
I picked up a scroll on my way here too.
Oh? I have a bad feeling about this. Could there be more to what happened at the grove? This is the Library of Philia, a place where the Grove stores its collection of tomes. Other than books written, we've had more than our fair share of hilarious episodes.
That doesn't seem like a nice thing to do.
Nice? No need to hold your...
Well, if you don't...
There are too many books.
This is about Anaxa.
I can already see...
Does Anaxa hold that?
Why else would they call him the Great Performer? When Anaxa established his school of thought, the first thing he apparently did was read his own work to everyone.
Are the Titans truly an accurate reflection of what humans think gods should be? Worlds created by gods are indubitably perfect, but what of Amphorius? Oh,
An uncanny...
they marched him straight to the seat of judgment before he could finish. Though what he took on in the end was more of a debate than an actual trial. He had to address every one of the scholar's allegations, or face expulsion from the Grove. The first allegation was... Do you agree that since the Titans created the heaven...
am I supposed to put myself... Based on the history of the Flame Chase journey...
Anaxa said the same thing. Needless to say, his critics didn't take kindly to his answer. So that
you claim to be studying souls, yet you are, in fact, defiling them and committing acts condemned by the gods.
That's a serious allegation.
Anaxa always wears an eye patch, never removing it, even when alone. Some say he used one of his eyes, as in every being in the world owes their safekeeping to Kithily. And this is even more so for the Chrysos heirs who have divine blood, for thankfully they had no way to prove it. So it amounted to nothing more than an allegation in the end. One by one, Anaxa engaged, and it was only after a brief silence that he answered.
I have never denied the Titans...
But he didn't say that the Titans are not noble. Rings louder in this case.
Yes. I'm not sure how that controversy was eventually resolved. By the way, this stack of complaint letters, I'm talking about Anaxa's alchemy lab.
Given the Grove's meticulous approach to archiving, could there really be such an oversight?
It's a well-kept secret. Among us, even the administrators of the Library of Philia are restricted from accessing those with the Grove.
These trees, they're like a maze.
This is the place. But materials for alchemical experiments, matrix diagrams, and
No wonder we didn't see any defense mechanisms along the way. Have you ever been here before?
No, not even close. Not only are alchemy experiments high-risk activities, but Professor Anaxa also has a penchant for using bizarre materials. Students often saw him walk in looking bright as rain, but come out covered in soot with his hair singed. Naturally, no one... Huh? That bookshelf over there seems to be... What's going on?
This journal contains several intriguing points. Through alchemy, this must be what he means by close to true purity. But treating both Titan creations and the human body as materials to be used in...
Danny, look at this. My biggest fear. It's Anaxa was carrying out experiments on soul transmutation.
Do you mean he's trying to reconstruct human souls?
Yes, this is what he was secretly conducting research on. Something he had to keep hidden from others.
What's wrong?
Do you remember when the Black Tide was approaching? The Grove had planned to send Cersei's core flame to a safe place. But an accident happened along the way.
But Cersei took over his body and resurrected him, which led us to the situation we're in now.
That's right. But what if Professor Anaxa's view...
What do you mean?
Put yourself in his shoes. Knowing that the Black Tide was closing in and you're...
I put my theories to the test.
Exactly. When the Black Tide came, the true reason Anaxa headed to the Luminary Throne was...
Did he succeed?
No. Judging from how he reacted after the event, the results came as a surprise. Maybe he failed to consider the possibility that Cersei's would make a similar decision. The manuscripts detailing all the alchemical formulae have been taken away. His research is still ongoing.
Could he have taken them for other purposes?
Like, what? There's only one Titan left in the world. No.
To conceive an entity of perfection, one must first understand the principles of creation.
He's after Kepfali!
Sir, this sky above us...
Of course not. This is just an image from a projection device used for educational purposes. A simple trick. The day-night cycle has been lost to this world. So that students like you may still learn about the night sky, astronomers have harnessed the Titan's miraculous power to manipulate the light, projecting the nights of the past here for you. Much like how the sky above the Holy City is also illuminated by Kefali's dawn device.
So, the skies of Akama are fake too.
You mustn't conclude that, Anaxa. You should know that only a child would expose a trick and be proud of it. Often people know more than they let on. They simply choose to feign ignorance because they have no other choice.
Then they're just deluding themselves. People believe in Kefali's tale of Genesis, accepting wholesale whatever the priests preach. But we're different. We have already reached
so much time has why?
Because we'll face death by...
As a sage of the Venerationists, my soul has already become inextricably linked to the great tree. Every word I say and every move I make is certain to influence every leaf. But above all else, my days are numbered. Instinctively, I have my doubts about the golden blood and the human soul, yet I have no means of verifying them. The golden blood in my veins is woefully thin, and I am loath to waste what little time I have left.
But I can, sir. I can do it for us. The time is right.
You're right. I shall do just that. In the next meeting of the sages, I will spare no efforts fighting for the rights you deserve. Go. Establish your own school of thought. Find out what we are. Become the one who conquers the ultimate truths of the world.
Child of human... You didn't go to such lengths for an audience with Kefali.
If I were as foolish as Atromas, perhaps I'd throw myself down and prostrate before their greatness, begging for the gods' prophetic wisdom.
Before such power, does it make any difference whether you're a human or a Dromus?
I'm sure you're familiar with the story of the Styxians. When the raging waves threatened to swallow them, they didn't just give up and become sitting ducks. No. They constructed a dam that kept the roaring tide at bay, chaining down the mad Fagusa. They call me a blasphemer, Circes. But that doesn't mean, as I see it, Titans are simply a force that mankind...
Oh? If power that rivals the Titans is what you crave, why...
Why stop at harnessing the power of the Titan? The source of life is what I wished. Thanks to you, I've had the chance to personally verify, in more ways than one, that the soul indeed ceases to exist in death. But where there is death, there is life. And where there is an end, how then is a soul born? That was the only...
And by the sound of it, you have already formed...
No. I have already drawn a conclusion. In my journey unto death just now, I've...
Professor Anaxa, I'm here. His life hangs by a thread.
Of course. I'll bring this to a conclusive end. However, in accordance with the principle of equivalent exchange.
As you wish.
Don't you care to know what the price might be?
It's a matter of uncovering the truth about the Death Titan, and this may be the only time I can ever save someone's life. There is no need for me to think twice.
I see. In that case, let the show begin.
Indulge me. Am I correct to say that you intend to prove Thanatos' whereabouts and prove the nature of our existence now?
Before I begin, I must confess I have been stuck in a cognitive trap all this time. As unrelated as these two propositions may seem at first glance, they aren't. The reason I say this is as I've mentioned earlier.
Professor!
Yes. I am but a living dead man now, but that's not important. What truly matters is, I overheard a conversation between heroes. That's not all. Remember how I said you were a part of that conversation too, Circes?
And I've told you that I have no recollection of such an event. That was likely just an illusion conjured up by the mind of a dying man.
Of course you would remember. Because that wasn't you. That was Calypso, one of the 7 sages of the Grove.
Calypso?
Huh? Oh, that's the name I made up on a whim when speaking to this girl. How do you know of it? And surely you jest. Don't you think I, of all people, would know if that were the name of one of the 7 sages under the shade of my tree? Don't you claim to know the Grove's past like the back of your hand?
It seems you've lost even the memories seared into your... Use your head, Circes. Since all of this took place in the realm of the dead, it stands to reason the living cannot step foot into that world. So who could they be? Think about Calypso. Why does she... The answer is evident, is it not? Those fallen heroes are the mortal incarnations of the Titans before their ascensions to godhood. The gods aren't master creators born out of thin air, and they are no different from humans, because they all evolved from one. Does this answer disappoint you?
Yes, because you've answered nothing. If I truly was once human...
Even on the off chance that you speak the truth, this brings us no closer to
I knew you would say, but it matters not. I know what I'm doing. Actually, why don't we have this supreme being? Humans cannot return from the dead, but all we need to do is look at this from a different perspective. And if I'm reborn as Kefali, I can rebuild the world.
I have news from Hyacinth and Danhung. Anaxa might be trying...
Kefali? But what could Anaxa want?
That is not... He is indeed the great performer. Capable of food... No need for guilt, for this is good news to us. The Council of Elders has found themselves a traitorous ally. Anaxa's ambitious desires... What we should be doing now is to keep our eyes peeled for whichever trickery Kainis is up to, and being Akima's political center, the Demigod Council holds just as much significance as the Vortex of Genesis. Someday, after my duty is over, this site will take the place of the battlefield where you hunt gods, become the next challenge you ought to overcome. Till then, it's best to get used to this place as soon as possible.
Preposterous! The Christos heirs only have their standing because of the Council of Elders! How dare they—
Wow.
These... it's been a while. What is that supposed to mean? Is this really the sort of person that the young lord praised as a ferocious warrior?
It has indeed been some time, Lord Crateros. What brings you here in such haste?
Shh, keep it down. Be more vigilant. See those duplicitous dogs over there? They do the dirty work for Kainis. I've already ordered my people to hold them back, but we should still lay low. Unless you're itching.
My bad.
Did you hear thunderclaps last night? Hacker, what?
He's been through a lot lately, please pardon him. Can you tell us more about these thunderclaps?
Thunderclaps are beacon signals of strife. They are a message from the young lord. He threw a spear bearing several words at Akama.
Watch out.
The Flame Reaver is back.
I guessed as much. We didn't actually...
I figured this is something you would want to know. We Kremnoans never...
You have my gratitude.
Remind her to be on her toes while you're at it. That vicious kindness has been unusually... Those lackeys she keeps undercover have been going in and out of the city a lot more frequently these days. Some even seem to be getting Kremnoans to defect to the Council.
That's...
Looks like you can...
We should get back.
By Catherine into Lenten above, as the Theoros, I have
Aglaya!
I know about the poisonous fangs of that keen snake through the golden threads. In the past, I would be confident about keeping her in check, but... What? It is no longer about eloquence or arguments. I have been a demigod for far too long, that I hardly have any humanity left. This has come a lot sooner than I expected. But... perhaps it is...
Yes, this is my...
It is far easier for the Council of Elders to fool many than just fool one person. There is no glory in winning this debate. But that...
I appreciate what you've taught me, Aglaya. I hope we'll live up to your...
Oh, you've done well, Lord Calictus. Let me take over and personally close this debate for today. Dearest counselors, let it be known that I sorely miss the blissful times portrayed in lyrical poems. Back then, Amphorius was home to nearly 1,000 cities, each with their own local faith, while gods walked the earth and shared close bonds with humans. Yet, in the present, people from all over are forced to leave their homeland to seek refuge in the holy city, where they hope to rest under Ketheri's protection. All of us have long been in the same boat, with no way out of this plight. We didn't have a choice in the past, but now, the Council of Elders brings to the table a new possibility. All I have left is one question for you. Would you rather strive toward the unheard of Era Nova, or return to the prosperous Era Chrysia of our past? Make your choice. Now, which of the two would lead mortals to an eye?
Era Nova is a path of salvation the gods promised. We should not have doubts in the flame-chased journey.
We all know that Era Chrysia is a thing of the past, Lady Kindness. Please, enlighten me. How does the Council of Elders plan to turn back time?
Let the three Titans of Calamity be born, and Era Chrysia is nevermore. But bring demise to those Titans, and Era Chrysia will descend upon us again. Know that the Council of Elders is never one to make empty promises. Look at who we have on our side. Anaxagoras, one of the Grove's 7 sages, and Castorus, Idonia's goddess of death. With the help of these 2 heroes, I can promise all of you that Era Chrysia will exist once more.
Aren't they Chrysos heirs? They're supporting the Council of Elders instead?
It's clear from the start that these heroes do not get along well in their group. All the more proof that Aglaya isn't fit to speak on behalf of every Chrysos heir. I am in favor.
Castorus? Why are you standing over there?
You finally arrived, Anaxa.
Don't worry, Aglaya. Well, I know that you have many queries. Could you tell me, dear, if we successfully retrieve and return Thanatos' core flame without anyone passing the Death Titan's trial, what would...
The answer is simple. We will have a chance to rid the world of death and bring Amphorius back to an era...
He's one of the 7 sages.
Your proposal is much too idealistic. As long as the Black Tide still exists, how can we go back to the old days?
Remember what I previously said? Kefali's core flame is guarded by the secret power of the Council of Elders. Plus, Vagusa's water curtain will be able to block out any external perceptions. Tell me, dear citizens, have any of you ever seen even a glimpse of the threat that this person is talking about anywhere within the walls of this majestic holy city?
Oh. Could it be that you heard that from the Flame Reaver themselves? Citizens, let's loudly sing the blessed hymn. Oh, beautiful old...
After the destruction of the 3 Titans of Calamity, the Flame Chase journey will...
This is bad.
Anaxa, pray tell. Everything that you've mentioned hinges on the premise that we can find Thanatos' existence, right?
Thank you, for still caring about this. For Castorus, Idonia's goddess of death, will surely find Thanatos.
What?
With that, I solemnly promise that the core flame Lady Castorus brings back will be thereafter if we are able to garner the...
With the balance shattered, the result is clear. By Kefali, and Akama has chosen her destiny. The issue up for discussion at this citizens' assembly shall be modified to the suspension of the Flame Chase journey.
Aglaya, dear Aglaya.
Wag your tongue as much as you like. Since the Flame Chase journey has been preordained...
Well then, I guess...
Casters? What's going on?
Well...
My apologies, everyone. I know that you have...
In that case...
In actuality, a past that...
The reason I say this is as I've mentioned earlier.
Professor...
Yes, I am but a living dead man now.
Have you heard of this tale? A tale about the ocean god's treasured pearl, our hometown. It was a seaside town which enjoyed the ocean breeze and glorious, peaceful times, thanks to the wisdom of its ruling queen. Until one day, an evil dragon descended upon the town. Its wings were large enough to blot out the sun,
while its claws were sharp enough to rip the waves apart. It barged into the tall tower and devoured the Queen's beloved daughter. It even set Queen assembled 300 warriors who managed to subdue the evil dragon by chaining it up. However, when the Queen slit open the dragon's belly, she realized that the princess had... It was then that a devious, smooth-talking scholar arrived at the palace and suggested that the princess could be revived through the use of dragon bone and dragon blood. That liar called this process the secret. The princess was reborn! The Queen was overjoyed, blissfully unaware that the evil dragon's soul still lurked within the princess's body. As revenge, the evil dragon swallowed the poor Queen, the glib liar, the courageous warriors, and all of the town's worse still. The souls of the deceased were refused entry to the Netherrealm because they were filled with regret. Forced to roam the mortal realm, these resentful souls ultimately converged into a river of souls. The terrifying death had consumed all. Thereafter...
Until? Oh my... It seems that... So, according to your story, this is how I used to look? It's practically a mirror image. And yet, what exactly is this?
A miracle that I created with alchemy. As for what it is and how I was able to accomplish it, I'll keep the answers to myself for now.
Oh, my goodness.
Quiet, Titan. Continue to enjoy this
Dragon, huh? I've heard...
In that case, what do you...
I think that this so-called alchemy...
Indeed. Before I left home to pursue my education, I never even knew that anybody was looking into this area.
Therefore, we can just treat this tale as a fable told...
A fable, you say?
I guess it might be the concept of equivalent exchange.
Oh? I thought the moral might be closer to something like... What? My time is finally here. How I...
You shall wither, and through it is a pity that fate...
Is there no other way of interpreting those words?
I'm afraid that the meaning is clear. Between my sister and me, one must pay the price. Our trial can only be completed when the one chosen sacrifices her life. I'm afraid that the prophecy might even have selected a pair of twins.
Fortune makes fools of us all.
My sister is prepared to sacrifice herself. And yet, I can't do the same. How absurd. My time is almost up, but what should we do? If I'm ultimately not able to make up my mind...
Since Chaos is willing to guide all of us and leave this trial to the end, there is still plenty of time.
That's right. Don't allow the fog of an uncertain future.
Trial, prophecy, the topics... But these three people must not have left their names in the epics. Otherwise,
Amphorius's history before the Titans were born was complete. I have long held 3 hypotheses about this. However...
Calypso and this warrior... I see...
Regarding this matter... Naius, are you confident that you'll complete your trial?
Of course. Though, I am worried about what will...
Looks like you have made up your mind.
Yes, this is the safest course of...
Completely separating courage, honor, tenacity. You really...
Please, young lady. Witness my fall and demise. Lady Calypso, you shall host the soul.
I do not understand. Why would you dare?
Because this is our destiny. Furthermore, a valorous death before glorious return has always been the path I chose to walk. Despite being... Let's chat, young lady. Perhaps I shouldn't end my journey so hasty. Since there's still time, I'm not worried about letting fate...
Of course. This warrior, it has the embodiment of Mikador's divinity. He entrusted his life to us and allowed humankind to end. That means that what I'm currently seeing before me...
Looks like one hypothesis of mine has already been proven true. If so, the chosen one of death that he speaks of is actually...
Polixia? Is the previous form of Thanatos?
If this is true, as long as we can find out where she went, we'll naturally be able to figure out the location.
But before that, we first need to witness what ultimately... Mikador's courage.
I've heard that these were...
Honor.
And finally,
Cheer up, young lady.
all farewells in this world.
No,
Although only a sliver of your soul remains, you remain so optimistic. Or maybe...
To be honest, I don't know either. But I am certain of one thing. This is not an acceptance of death nor apathy toward it. It's not. I am just enjoying what remains of my life.
Enjoying?
Indeed. Along this journey that we've taken, and now I have reached the journey.
But when you depart the mortal realm, separation and death are two sides of the...
Finally, let me recount to you. The first time I returned from the battlefield, I felt extremely hollow. The calamity had devoured everybody on the battlefield but me. It was late into the night by the time that it was a crazed scholar looking at the night sky. Do you think that it'd be better if we just died on the roadside like a couple of stray? To my surprise, he shrugged his shoulders.
How does someone who is currently experiencing death, dying and living, afford the same amount of bliss? Now please, go away and don't block my starlight.
Are you trying to say that there is no difference?
That's exactly what life is. Therefore, young lady, don't detest your fate. Instead...
The embodiment of strife telling me about them.
Indeed, it is time for me to knock on death's door. I will set when that moment finally comes.
I knew this day would eventually be.
Ara, the boat.
Polixia. I'm here. What? This...
This is quite interesting indeed.
Is this... Polixia's sister? Is it... me? Now, it's time for us to fulfill our promises. Are you afraid? What are you afraid of?
That I won't be able to do it.
You shall wither, and through that, the dead will sprout again from the remains. and be reborn with the dead flame. As foretold in the prophecy, and according to our vows, once it all ends, we must face our fated moment head-on.
Even if it was prophesized, do we have no say? Let me do it, sister. Let me be death's sacrifice. I was never long for this world. I was the one who wasted your life.
I don't think that my life was wasted. Just the opposite. When I finally arrived at this destination and looked back at the journey I took, I discovered that flowers... It was you who sowed the seeds for this sea of flowers. Besides, I have lived a fulfilling life.
How could my memories of you ever compare to the actual you?
Well then, tell me, what exactly are we? I don't know either. But regardless of what the answer is, regardless of how we're shaped by others, or even by this